anyways, I also have my little rubber band in. Gotta fix this bite, girl. I've had braces for 18 months exactly, and I was only supposed to have braces on for 18 months. But my bite is a little bit crooked, which doesn't really bother me, but also I really love having braces. So selfishly, I'm trying to like prolong the experience. I just think I look better with braces. As a kid, my entire life, I wanted to have braces, but we could not afford them, and I really didn't need them until I got older. Anyways, so yeah. Also, too, you may hear like some background chatter. My husband's in the living room on a meeting for work. So it might kind of pick up him talking a little bit. And also my son is home because my son and I go to the orthodontist together. We both have braces. So I didn't drop him back off at school afterwards because selfishly it's just a lot of work, okay? Like it is a lot. And after I leave the ortho, I'm always so sleepy, because you're just laying there with your mouth open, and I always close my eyes because like I feel so strange making eye contact with the like orthodontist assistant who like changes out your bands and stuff. So I always close my eyes and it makes me so sleepy. We have a lot to talk about. I feel like we do. Okay, so I also just want to say that I am so sorry. In my last video, don't know what happened, girl. Like that video kind of was like filmed in two parts because the first half of the video was great and fine, and then my mom called like right in the middle. That's why at 14:45 the microphone picks back up. I think because she called like my phone and the microphone like wasn't able to sync like what had been recorded, because I could hear like that, obviously, like I was wearing my headphones and everything and talking in very much ASMR, so I could hear it, but I think because she called and I answered, it like messed up the audio and it didn't have time to save it. And then I always edit my videos the day before I upload them. So then, sorry, my watch, girl, did you hear that? My watch vibrated. Anyways, and then so yeah, I edit the day before, and when I realized that the audio didn't connect or like didn't pick up, I freaked out a little bit, and then I wasn't going to post at all, and I wasn't going to re-record it because like I feel like if I was to re-record a video, like it just wouldn't be genuine, like from the heart. But my husband was just like, oh, see if you can like edit the set, like the volume and pick it up. So that's why the first half of that video is fucked up. I do sincerely apologize because I don't like to put out like videos that I don't 100% believe in and feel like with my whole heart are good. But reading wrap-ups are like my thing on my channel. They're like my thing. So I felt like some of the audio in the beginning was still good, so that's why I posted it. But I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. So that's that. And something else is the gain good, girl. Let me see. Okay, maybe that's good. I don't know. Something else is I'm thinking about changing my upload days. she's like a bigger channel that like my subscribers who like follow both of us like aren't seeing it. That's what I am like, that's my hypothesis, just because I noticed like when she's changed her upload days, my views also changed, and that doesn't bother me. Like, I just want to make sure that like the people who want to see my videos are still able to see them. So I'm thinking about changing my upload days to Sunday. So I don't know, I'm still trying to decide. Things like that really give me anxiety because I don't know, I'm just like very a creature of like habit and like very stuck in my routine. And you know, if something changes, like it like throws me off. It like fucks up like my balance. But I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. I don't know. I'm just so conflicted. But I want to make sure like the people who want to see my videos are seeing my videos. So I don't know. I'm just conflicted. I'm like having a lot of internal warfare over it, which is like so stupid. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and like also my anxiety has just been so bad, and that has like played a big part of it because like I overthink everything. Sorry guys, my rubber band broke, so I had to take it out. Anyways, I just feel like I can't have a normal panic attack. Like, my panic attacks are sometimes weeks long. Like, I will think about something that gives me anxiety and draw that out for like a week or two, and then finally like my brain gets to a point where it's like, fuck it, like I literally cannot keep thinking about this anymore, and then I just move on, and then I'm good for like maybe a month or a few weeks, and then my brain will like find something else to like obsess over and worry over, and then the cycle just repeats itself. But I've been like dealing with that for like almost a week. I do like have very, very, very strong health anxiety as well. So I'll like obsess over something like health related, and I'm crazy. And then yeah, like I said, my brain will just be like, oh, okay, we've thought about this long enough, like let's think about something else, like let's you know, obsess and panic over something else. But literally I just feel like I've never had a panic attack where it's like lasted for like 15 minutes or like 20 minutes. Like, they are long drawn out panic attacks. And honestly, I've talked about this before, but when I was dealing with postpartum anxiety, and I shit you not, I had a year-long panic attack, and in that year, like, I went and saw a doctor or a nurse practitioner who put me on anxiety medication, and she was like, yeah, like, this is postpartum anxiety, which I'm pretty sure was like borderline slight postpartum honest, but like it's a little bit embarrassing to like say out loud. So I'm entering my manic phase where I'm just feeling very good and very hopeful because I was in darker days. I'm also in I call it my ADHD hobby. It's like a hobby that I pick up every few months and I like get really into it. And I throw a lot of money into it and time, which is like doing my nails. These are the nails, but I've actually been sticking with it for like a few months. Like I've been doing my nails for a few months, like back to back to back, like religiously, because I think it's like nail artist is becoming my identity. I kind of want to do a nail video. I think that would be kind of fun, right? Normally I just go into like my little office and turn on a podcast and do my nails, and it's like such a way for me to like relax. But I don't know, maybe I want to film a video doing it. I got this like tripod that I can wear so I can film like point of view videos, and so it'd be easier for me to like use both my hands and film a video. My husband also got me for like Valentine's Day, he got me a diamond painting because I did a diamond painting one time and it was very sweet, don't get me wrong, but I did this like super tiny diamond painting that I have in like the back of some of my videos. It's like a cinema roll, little Hello Kitty character diamond painting, and it took me like 2 days to do it. And then I think he just kind of like assumed that I was like into diamond paintings, so he got me this really big butterfly rainbow type diamond painting, and then he keeps asking me when I'm gonna do it. And it's not that I don't like to do diamond paintings, it's just that they're very, very tedious. And when I did my first one, I sat at our kitchen table and I was like hunched over the painting, and my back, like after like 5 minutes, my back was on fire. And that's why I haven't done it, but he keeps asking me like, oh, when are you gonna do it? But now that I have like this wearable tripod, I actually want to do a little whispered ramble diamond painting. Would anybody actually be into seeing that? So I've been saving it for that. I haven't opened it yet. So that was a lot. I also may have something fun coming up. Okay, so I have several things. I may have something fun coming up with another ASMR artist. We've talked about that, like an idea, but we gotta talk about it some more. And then I told you guys in one of my book hauls that I got the Julia Fox book, and I said, oh, I think that this would be a really good video to like read for ASMR. I think it'd be really good. And a lot of people actually did say that they wanted to see that. Excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat. But I was watching another ASMR creator who does not book stuff, but she does a lot of magazine. And she said, maybe she did do a reading book, like a reading ASMR video, but she said that she had to take it down for like copyright purposes. And I actually never thought about that when like reading a book, like it could be claimed for copyright and you could like get in trouble. So last night I DM'd Julia Fox and I was like, oh hey, I'm a big fan. This is very embarrassing. Now this is embarrassing. I was just like, hey, I'm a big fan. I bought your book. I have a YouTube channel where it's like centered around like reading and stuff in ASMR. And I was like, oh, I think your book would be a really good but maybe if anybody has like her contact information, like an email or somebody that works for her, send it my way. That way we can like get on the ball and I can get this video out for you guys. So that's that on like exciting stuff coming up or that I'm working on. I do really want to not interview, but I would love to see like celebrities do ASMR, and I know that like W magazine does like celebrities trying ASMR, but I don't know. I think like I have several people in mind that I'm like, oh, I wonder if I just like reached out to them, they would like come on my lowly little ASMR channel and like talk about themselves and do ASMR. This is an idea that I've had for a long time. I don't want to be like a journalist or like an interviewer. I just think that it would be fun to do that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to say like who, because I don't want someone to take my idea. not like I think anybody would, but if I make it happen, I have 3 people in mind that I think like I have a good chance of getting to come on my ASMR channel, tell us about themselves and their journey, and do ASMR. Wouldn't that be cool? I think so. But like my dream person, I will tell you, my dream person is Nardwar. I don't know if anybody is like deep in the music lore, but he's a mainly like a musician, interviewer. He's the human savant. He's from Canada, and he interviews people like in famous musicians and popular musicians, and he somehow knows like the nittiest, grittiest detail about them, like things that they've like probably never told anybody. He always knows. That is like my dream ASMR guest. I would love to see him do ASMR. I'd love to see him do ASMR. Maybe Bill Nye, Neil deGrasse Tyson, which are like, these are people like I know I could never reach out to. They would be like, oh, you have 1,600 subscribers. Like, I would never go on a channel so small. Also, like, what's the budget? But I think all 3 of them, I think they would do like amazing ASMR, or they'd make a good ASMR video. Who else do I think? One of the people that I think would make a good video, I don't want to say because I don't want someone to take my idea and message them, but the 3 people I think I have the greatest chance of like, I don't know, I have to, what do you think? Should I shoot my shot? Anyways, that's just like a lofty goal. I have, like I said, I have no dreams of like being an interviewer or a journalist. I just would genuinely love to see certain celebrities and like well-known people do ASMR. Also, I would love to see Joe Rogan do ASMR. I know he's very controversial, and I honestly like, I catch bits and like pieces of his podcast like only when it's like somebody that I really want to see. But I think he would make amazing ASMR if he just like let his guard down. But I also think like he's very progressive in certain aspects, so I think that maybe he would be open. And he also lives in Austin, so we both live in Texas. So what's standing in the way of us, you know? Okay, these are just the things that go on in my brain. Like, these are the things that I think about. Anyways, if you know somebody anybody who you think would make good ASMR, comment, and I will shoot my shot. I will slide in their DMs and beg them to come on my little tiny channel for us to enjoy. So let's talk reality TV, okay? Because it took everything in me not to like make a video. I have been watching Vanderpump Rules. I hope some of you are Vanderpump girlies, because I need someone to like talk about this new season with. And then I know everybody's watching Love is Blind, so of course we're gonna get into that. Let's get into Vanderpump first. I definitely think this is the last season of Vanderpump Rules, and I pray to God that it is. Ever since Scandal last season, and just like everybody going against Raquel or Rachel and Tom, there's been so much hate for them that I hate to say it, but I'm literally like coming onto the side of Team Tom, because like I feel so bad for him. Like, yes, he cheated, and obviously that's horrible, like that is unforgivable, but like how can you not feel bad for him when literally the entire world has just like been saying like what a piece of shit he is? Like, we know he's a piece of shit, like, okay. And then I've been listening to Rachel's podcast. She came out with her own podcast, just like telling her side of the story, and I'm low-key kind of living for it. I definitely think that she's very misunderstood, because sometimes I read the comments on her post and people are like, oh, you're not sorry because like you smile and you laugh. Like, I definitely just think that she's like a nervous person, and that's her way of like coping. But besides like Tom Sandoval, there really is no plot for this season. There's no storylines. Lala Kent announced the other day that she's having a baby, another baby, with a sperm donor, which is, I love that for her. I love that like women are kind of like not needing men anymore, in a sense. Like, she doesn't need to be in a relationship with a man to like be a mother. I think that's amazing. Like, single people adopt all the time, so what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? I love that she shared that. But besides that, they're really like every episode, I think we're like 5 or 6 episodes in, has been so boring. And then like Brock and Sheena, like Brock has been getting onto Sheena because like she doesn't want any, like, to hire a babysitter. Like, she only wants her mom to watch their daughter, which I totally agree with. Like, I could never personally hire a babysitter. So like, I don't even think that I could let a friend, like my best friend, watch my kid. As much as I love them, like, there is such a fear surrounding like somebody watching your child, and so he's been like picking fights with her about that. she is putting herself out there. She's putting herself on national TV to like find love and build a relationship, all while millions of people are watching. Like, yes, this was filmed a year ago, but like, you know, people are gonna see it. And I really feel for her, because we've all been crazy at one point. Like, we all have done something crazy, myself included. I've done plenty of crazy shit. Like, I'm the queen of crazy, you know. Like, I can sympathize with her. And then like everyone coming for her for saying like, oh, she looks like Megan Fox. She does look like Megan Fox. When Megan Fox first stepped out on the scene, like Transformers era, she does kind of look, they do resemble each other. Granted, like Chelsea does have like a longer chin, but they do resemble each other. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Jimmy. Sometimes I watch him, especially like when Chelsea is being crazy. I watch him and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, he'll say stuff or like he'll do stuff that I'm like, okay, maybe you're a good guy. Like, maybe you really do have good intentions. But I don't know. I like Chelsea. I love Laura. I feel like she's such a baddie. And the way she confronted Jeremy and was like, girl, I know where the fuck you were. Like, you were out at 5 a.m. at Sarah Ann's apartment. Like, you can say that nothing happened, but your job was to protect my heart, and you didn't. She read him to filth. I loved it. And he's like, oh, you know, well, I gave you my location. Like, see, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. And she was like, and read him. And I love that. She like didn't give him the opportunity to like make it right, because you have already shown your true self, your true intentions, especially like you know that you're on this show to like meet someone that you've never seen before and fall in love and get married. So like, why would you even put yourself in that situation, in that predicament for her, you know? And then Sarah Ann is a bitch. I'm sorry, she's not a girl's girl. Like, she's not a good girl. And for like you to know, like, yes, the blame is on Jeremy, because like, you fucked up, bro. Like, you know better. But also like on Sarah Ann, because you know that Laura and Jeremy are together. And then for you to send him a message like, oh, if the door's ever open, like, you knew what you were doing, you knew what you were saying. Like, you're so trash for that. You're so trash for like even, you know, presenting the idea. Now, it would have been different if they like mutually would have broken up and just said, hey, like, this is not gonna work, and then y'all got together. Then I can understand that. But I definitely think that she was hurt or like upset that she didn't get picked, and then was like, hey, like, I'm still available if you ever change your mind. But like I said, a lot of it, all of it, the blame is on Jeremy, because you made the vow to like give yourself to Laura and say, hey, I'm gonna be the man for you. Like, let's try to make this work. So it's your fault, like, for stepping out. I just like don't understand in like what world like anybody would think that's okay. Like, obviously I know that like exes can be friends. I personally would never be friends with an ex, but I know some people do, and different strokes for different folks. But for you to know the validity of the situation, that like y'all both came from like this high and this intense emotional place, you know, like, it's disrespectful. And then Clay and AD, I don't know how I feel about them. I really like AD, but sometimes I feel like, you know, she knows that like Clay is not the right guy for her, but she knows that, but does it because like you know if you're gonna cheat or not. Like, let's be real, like you know if you're the type of person to get the urge to cheat. Like, I don't get the urge to cheat. I know that I would never cheat. You know what I'm saying? So for him to like say that, like, you're thinking about cheating, which makes you a cheater in my book. And I know that they're like trying to make it to like the wedding day, but like if I'm AD, I'm taking notes. Like, if a man tells me he doesn't know that he can be faithful to me, I'm gonna say no to you at the altar. And for them to like be in the 4-week like dating and fiance period, and him like not coming home and staying out, like, that's a huge red flag to me. Like, that is so big. I don't know. And then like I get it, she like works in the nightlife, but it's different like being a bartender or working at a club and having those work hours, which is understood, and just like working and not coming home. Like, that's so different. I don't think that AD and Clay are gonna get married. I don't think they're gonna say yes to each other. Who do I think is gonna say no? I'm not sure, but I just have a feeling that they're gonna realize and not make it. Johnny, and I cannot remember her name just because they're kind of boring in like the best way possible. Like, they click so well. I definitely think that they are meant to be together. I definitely think they're gonna say yes to each other. Jimmy and Chelsea, man, I don't know. I could see it going one of two ways. Like, I could see them being together, but I also could see them not being together. I really was team Trevor, but then come to find out like Trevor had a girlfriend or something. Girl, what the hell? That's messy, right? Like, but he also like gives me major fuckboy vibes. Like, I think that he is very much a lover boy, but like he doesn't give me like provider, protector vibes, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I kind of want them to be together though. Is that bad? I don't know how to feel about Jessica. I feel like she thinks she's a girl's girl, but I don't think that she like actually is a girl's girl, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I also do think like maybe she did kind of like sign up for the show to like further her social media career, because she's like the only one from the cast of this season who I've seen heavily like on social media. And I mean, like, good for her, I guess. It's like, what were your true intentions? Because she told Jimmy, she's like, you're gonna eat your words when you finally see me, when he like declined, like turned her down, or like broke up with her, whatever you want to call it. But I definitely think like her having a kid scared him, which I mean, rightfully so. Like, dating in itself is already so huge, but then to add a child into the mix, like, that's bananas. Like, and then on top of that, to never see the person before you know, propose to them, like, it's a lot. So I could definitely see that's what I mean when I say like I feel like he has good intentions, but then sometimes I don't, because like I can see where he was like coming from. And I truly don't believe like the Megan Fox comment was what made Jimmy pick Chelsea. Like, I think he thought like, oh, she might be beautiful, but she doesn't have a kid, and that's good enough for me. Because I think that he likes to be out in the streets, like not in like a fuckboy type of way, but definitely in like he's a social butterfly type of way, you know what I'm saying? And then Kenneth and Brittany, that was so confusing to me, because what the fuck was that conversation that they had when they broke up? Like, I did not see it going in that direction. When I tell you I'm so ready for said like the phone wasn't the issue. And I'm like, what? How could the phone not be the issue? But I digress. I just also like I didn't like the way that he talked to her. Like I definitely felt like he talked to her kind of in a condescending way a lot of the time. When they got out of the pods, like into the real world, he definitely was like, in my opinion, was so condescending to her. Am I the only one that caught that and saw that? Especially like when they broke up. Because girl, me and my husband are deep. Like we have been watching together. So they were having that conversation, and you know, and then like I just felt like he was saying so much without saying anything at all. And then they were just like, yeah, like we're not together. And I was like, wait a minute, how did we get here? I don't know. I can't wait to see like what the catalyst was for their whole situation, because that was crazy. And then Matthew, side character Matthew, like I wonder if they're gonna have him at the reunion, because like what was that? Like who was that? You know. And then I saw he like left an Instagram comment talking about like when he like, you know, we'll all see when he finally gets to share his side. And I'm like, bro, what? Because he was talking to AD. First of all, you have some explaining to do, because how are you going to be telling two girls this same exact thing? Like, to me, that was crazy. Like, even if I had a connection with two people, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell them each the same exact thing verbatim. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, I could tell that he was trying, instead of like proposing to AD, he told her like, if you say you want to leave, I'll leave with you right now. Like, what does that mean? Like, do you know what show you signed up for? Like, why would you want to convince one of the contestants to leave? Like, if you say you're gonna leave with her, does that mean that means your connection is deep, right? So why wouldn't you just propose to her? Make it make sense. And then the other girl that he was talking to, like, who ended up going home, I don't even remember what her name is, but then he told AD like, oh, I'm gonna go get my girl, like I'm leaving. So you just didn't want to like be married, is that what you're saying? I think that's the vibe he was giving, but I hope they have him at the reunion, because what the fuck was that? I'm loving this season. I'm loving this season of Love is Blind. And then my last little point on Love is Blind, they're doing like a Love is Blind all-star. So they're bringing back the people from the last few seasons who didn't end up getting married, and like putting them back into the pods. Like, what? We have Micah, who I think is so gorgeous. She was a little bit hard to read, but I think she's absolutely gorgeous. We have Micah. We have Michael. Was that his name? Who had like I'm so excited to see who they're gonna bring back. But also too, like, you kind of already know these people, because obviously like y'all are Love is Blind alumni, so like you've had time to do your research. So that I wonder how they're gonna like pull that off. I'm so excited. I love good drama. I love a good drama reality TV show. But that's also like why I'm having such a hard time with Vanderpump Rules this season, is because like we know like reality TV is not real, and it's just not realistic for like 40-year-olds to still be running around town acting like 20-year-olds. Like, I definitely think that's why Vanderpump Rules is like coming to the end, because it's not relatable anymore. Like, everybody has families, or it's like moving in a different direction. And like a few seasons ago, when they introduced all those new people like right before COVID, like really not a lot of